All right, now we're recording. Welcome everybody back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off. I am your host, Mikey, and that is my other host, Sam. He is at work right now recording in his car, so he's going to sound like shit the whole time. Please excuse that.
Yes.
Audio listeners...
And I'll look like shit, too.
Audio listeners, we're sorry, but...
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. I apologize, but listen, the Weirdo Watch List has to get done.
We gotta
do it.
Gotta do it.
When we can.
Yeah.
1 a.m. What's 1:30 a.m.?
It's 2 a.m. right now, dude. It's 2 a.m.
Oh, Jesus. 2 a.m. I'm at work in an undisclosed location at an undisclosed place. No one will know.
No one will know, except the audience.
I'm getting paid for this one.
Yeah. Dude, hell yeah. I wish I could.
Oh, man.
So.
Oh, we were just talking about this, and then just to bring it up, but watching movies at work. And yeah, that it is truly the best part about the security job is just the unlimited amount of movie watching potential. I get sick of it. I can't even watch it on my phone after a certain amount of time. But thank God for 8 hours a night of just sitting in a parking lot, because I'll get my watch list done.
That sounds exquisite. Like
nice. I'll give you an application.
I don't.
Yeah, if you want. Okay.
I'm good with my warehouse job, but
yeah, I feel.
But let's see. Some of the movies we have been watching. I did see The Nun 2. I told you a little bit about that, and it's we keep talking about how we just don't need to see certain movies because there's just no point. I was this close to skipping The Nun 2 this whole year. But one of my friends I watch movies with, all right, that works with my fiance, it happened to be his birthday. His true American birthday of 9/11. That's not even a joke. And we were like, let's watch a movie, and The Nun was the only one to watch.
And he wanted to watch it, huh? Or he knew it was gonna be a bad time.
That was the only other movie we could watch, especially since we had a couple of extra stragglers from his theater that came over to watch. So they wanted to watch The Nun 2, and it was not good. It's not a good movie.
No.
It's certainly the most skippable movie since Equalizer 3 is what I wrote on Letterboxd.
Oh yeah, that's right. Another one that
I skipped it. I skipped Equalizer also. So.
Did you watch the first Nun?
I saw it when that was in theaters.
Okay.
And I've forgotten everything about it. I forgot everything that happened in The Nun except for one scene, one bit of dialogue. They find a glass hand grenade of the blood of Christ itself, and some guy just goes, "Holy shit!" And the priest who's finds it the holiest, and I burst out laughing in the theater. Genuinely one of the funniest things to ever happen in my life. And
man.
The thing about The Nun 2, it really hinges on you that you've seen The Nun, not in a way that, like a Marvel movie does, but in a way where it's it's a bunch of returning characters, except I've never heard of these people before, but they're all in the last one. They were all the main characters in the last movie.
Really? Yeah, I can't remember a single character.
Yeah, I can't either. The only characters I remember from the whole Conjuring universe are Ed and Lorraine Warren, and that Linda Cardellini is in one of the movies also.
And then there's some Annabelle bitch, but you know
that's that's a prop.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She could be real. You don't know.
I don't know.
Scary. Yeah. Did they have any Annabelle pop up in The Nun 2? Any cool Conjuring tie-in?
There's one of the funniest post-credit scenes of the year.
Really?
After they defeat the Nun, we get a phone call. We get a phone ringing. An old-timey phone ringing. And in comes Patrick Wilson and America Ferrera. And Patrick Wilson picks up the phone. He's like, "Hello, Father? Is that you?" He's looks at the camera. He's like, "We're on it." And then hangs up and it cuts to black.
Wait, what? So when is The Nun 2? The Nun 2 is
the first Nun is, I think, I saw this on Facebook, 1951, and The Nun 2 is like 1955-ish. And then the first Conjuring doesn't happen until the 70s.
Okay.
So we're still prequel territory, and it's funny because I'm looking at this like they're setting up The Conjuring 2, which is a movie that came out like 7 years ago.
Yeah. Oh man, honestly, like they should stop making those Conjuring, like anything connected with The Conjuring. There hasn't been a good one in forever.
Like, and I'm not even a fan of The Conjuring 1 or 2, and those are like the only two ones that most people stand by, most real people stand by.
Right.
Like they've all been bad. They're all bad.
The first one's fine, but it not enough to make an entire fucking Marvel universe out of it. Like, how many movies are in the Conjuring universe? And why do we call it the Conjuring universe? Because that one was the big tentpole, I guess.
That was the one that started it all, baby.
I guess, but yeah. I mean, at this point, they're barely connected. They're really not connected. Curse of La Llorona or whatever. I don't know if you saw that bullshit. But
no, that's actually the one Conjuring movie I really liked. I thought that one was fun, but I know people don't like it because it's bad.
It's generic as the rest of them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A couple of cool things, I guess, in that movie, but I mean, overall, I could have replaced it with any Annabelle movie, and it would have been the same thing. So, I don't know. They're all kind of the same, and then the very loose thread that ties them together is almost comical at this point. Like, how are these connected in almost any way?
It's an absurd thing that these movies are still going, because anytime they announce a sequel to any of them, I feel like it's a fake thing.
Yeah.
Like a fake announcement some Facebook page makes to get clicks.
Yep.
Like to get engagement.
Yep.
Like, that's what I thought The Nun 2 was. Like, for years I keep seeing people post The Nun 2 is happening. Everybody get ready for The Nun 2, top movie of the next year, coming out. And I'm like, that's not happening. That's not a real movie that's coming out. I don't believe it. And then I saw a fucking trailer for it sitting in a theater, and I slammed my fists down in anger.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting there to be a sequel. I don't know how they did at the box office. I think The Nun 2 did okay. I just saw a headline of a YouTube video. It was just like The Nun 2 and whatever that new Hindu movie, whatever it is, that came out are both killing it at the box office. But why? Why do people keep going to The Nun or things equivalent to The Nun?
I don't know, man. It's like it's because they do such easy numbers. I think I just pulled up Box Office Mojo, right? Mm-hmm. Conjuring Universe. Very handy that they have the universe page for the Conjuring movies. By the way,
nice. I love Box Office Mojo.
Do they have? They don't. Curse of Llorona. My girlfriend's gonna get, or my fiance's gonna get pissed because she's Tex-Mex, so she knows a bit of Spanish.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna pronounce everything wrong?
I'm gonna pronounce everything wrong. Sometimes I do it on purpose because I know it annoys her, but Curse of Llorona. 50 million lifetime. Conjuring 3, 65, but that was also, still kind of pandemic. People aren't going quite yet.
Oh, The Devil Made Me Do It or whatever it's called?
Yeah, that was 2021. So I think they were also still doing they were doing day one HBO Max releases too at that point, I think. Still.
Yeah.
Annabelle, what is that? Annabelle 3, 74, Annabelle 1, 84, Annabelle 2, 102, Conjuring 2, 102.
Wow.
The Nun 1, 117, and The Conjuring 1, 130. But what are the budgets on any of these?
Hopefully not too much.
Yeah, no, the first Conjuring had 20,000, or 20,000, Christ, 20 million to it.
Okay.
I'll do the Nun, 22 for the Nun.
So
Annabelle 1 had 6.5 million. So yeah, they're easy to make. They don't cost a lot.
Yeah. And they keep pumping them out they don't cost a lot. So
The Conjuring 3 doesn't have a budget posted for Box Office Mojo. They must be embarrassed by that one. But yeah, Curse of Yadona had a $9 million budget, so they're not expensive movies. They're pretty safe.
Yeah.
To release, at any point. So they're not big financial risks. They get enough butts and seats.
Apparently, yeah.
One weird thing about The Nun 2, it was absurdly violent for a Conjuring movie.
Really?
Yeah, like the ghost of some altar boy like comes out of nowhere and starts beating a old woman with like one of those like smoke lanterns that they have in big churches.
Yeah.
Just starts wailing on her with it, and there's blood everywhere. Like, these movies never are violent. They're always R-rated just for like terror,
Right.
And
yeah, no, I don't gore and stuff, not so much. But that sounds sick.
It was hilarious. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not watching it.
No, yeah, you don't have to. The audience at home, fucking skip The Nun 2 if you ever thought about going.
Well, you have fully convinced me to skip it because I knew it was gonna be bad, but
yeah, no, it's not good. It's not scary. There is a goat man that shows up at one point, which is cool.
Okay.
It makes sense in context of the scene.
Yeah.
But it is a goat man.
Mr. Tumnus from Narnia shows up at one point. It's sick. James McAvoy reprising his role as Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah. I will tell you, though, a real movie that you should fucking see before even thinking about watching The Nun was Bottoms. I fucking watched Bottoms, and it was great.
Oh, I want to see it so bad. I might go tomorrow, actually.
You actually should, because it's as good as people are saying it is.
Yeah.
It's top movie of the year for me so far. Not the top, but one of them. It's got women, and they're funny. The women are funny in this movie.
I love when women are funny.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife, the women Ghostbusters, that's not funny women. Bottoms, that's funny women.
Funny women.
Yeah, no,
I love funny women.
Yeah, I was thinking about like catching it just at some random point, but because I knew my fiance, I thought she wouldn't have any interest in seeing the movie. She never really goes for most comedies, especially if they're about women.
Yeah.
But we ended up watching that as a group with some of her coworkers.
Yeah.
And she thought it was great too. She had a great time.
Really? Good.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's, violent too.
Oh, really?
But in a way that makes sense, unlike The Nun 2. But, Rachel Sennett, A.O., Christ, I'm looking at the poster, but I can't read it because I changed it on Letterboxd.
Damn.
This is embarrassing. Ayo Edebiri. Yeah, she's great in it too. Everybody.
Hell yeah.
Emma Seligman. She directed Shiva Baby from a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay. Bet. Good. I'm glad there's still good movies coming out. And this one, didn't get such a wide release at first, and it grew to a much wider release, I think, is what I think I was seeing.
Yeah,
it wasn't at my local theater at all until I just looked this week, and finally it's there.
Yeah, I think it's coming to digital on the 22nd also. So there's that if you're one of those guys who wants to wait. But don't wait, go watch the movie in theaters. It's funny.
Yeah. I love cinema.
Good cinema.
I love women being funny.
I did also want to talk about Toronto Film Festival's going on. I think it's still going on.
Yes, it is.
One movie that I've been keeping a sharp eye out is that Harmony Korine movie with Travis Scott, Aggro Drift.
I've never even heard of that.
It's shot it stars Travis Scott, famous rapper, guy who did Astro World, the festival that killed 10 people.
Yeah.
He stars in it. It's directed by Harmony Korine of Spring Breakers and The Beach Bum fame. And it's shot entirely in infrared.
What? Is it a? It's a full length. It's not.
It's a full-length movie. It premiered at TIFF, and it had hundreds of walkouts.
Really?
Yeah, but
For just being bad, or what?
I think just being bad, but it's got people who are saying that it's great. The
Really?
Letterboxd bell curve is one of the most absurd things I've seen in a while. It rivals that of Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, I love Freddy Got Fingered.
You
Do
love
people
Freddy Got
not like
Fingered?
Freddy Got Fingered?
Freddy Got Fingered's great. I stand by
It's,
Freddy Got Fingered being a good movie.
it's fantastic. I remember the first time I saw it, I had just gotten my appendix taken out, and I was in a hospital room, and I was on hella drugs because I just woke up from surgery, and I was watching that movie, and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Maybe you should rewatch it, but without hospital anesthetics.
Yeah.
But I did show it to like a film club I'm a part of, like a rotating book club, but for movies.
Nice.
I made everybody watch Freddy Got Fingered, but it was a hit. We all loved it, kind of.
Good. I mean, Tom Green.
Tom Green, yeah.
Fucking. Yeah, that movie rocks. Um, what was the movie you said was at TIFF?
Aggro Drift.
Aggro Drift.
Yeah, it's kind of like a crime heist movie that takes place in Miami, and there's like demon gangs. It looks insane. There's no like trailer footage, but I think some like Travis Scott fans like found their way to TIFF just to watch the movie and like snuck some footage of it to the public.
Yeah.
Just like like filming the movie on their phones. But
Yeah. Yikes.
I've been trying to avoid that just because I want to go in as blind as possible.
Yeah, it's interesting. Infrared, huh?
Yeah, it looks nuts.
It sounds like that would be stupid. At least on paper. I mean, I haven't seen a visual of it at all yet, but on paper that sounds kind of dumb.
The poster on Letterboxd is just like some dude wearing like a tactical mask, but his eyes are glowing red, but everything around him is like teal and green. It looks like it's gonna be nuts to look at. I'm excited just because I need something. Like, you're not gonna see that on Black Adam or Gran Turismo.
No. From gamer to racer.
From gamer to racer.
Wow.
Yeah.
He really did that, huh?
Mm-hmm. He really went from gamer to racer.
I still haven't seen it, and
you don't
I'm
need
okay
to.
with
No,
that.
skip it. Don't go see it. Don't go see it.
Don't go see it. I might be canceling my AMC pass thing, $25 a month, whatever the A list, because I need to maybe look at the future of movies here soon. But now that I'm working overnights, I feel like I've been hitting it less. It's been a couple weeks, pretty dry.
Yeah.
I can't go see Blue Beetle again. I can't do it. Okay.
But
it was terrible.
Kenneth Branagh's Haunting in Venice comes out this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
That looks
for that.
interesting.
Yeah, no,
It's got a great cast.
I'm a huge fan of Death on the Nile. I thought that was a ton of fun, despite people hating those Kenneth Branagh detective movies.
Yeah.
Just because Knives Out exists. I still haven't seen the first one, but I really had a blast watching Death on the Nile. And when I saw the trailer for Haunting in Venice, I had no idea that there was even a new Kenneth Branagh Hercule Poirot movie coming out.
Yeah.
So when I saw the trailer, I thought it was just like, okay, they're doing a horror movie, old Britain, and Michelle Yeoh's in it. She's some like ghost lady. And then I get jump scared by Kenneth Branagh with his goofy mustache, and I jump for joy in the theater I'm in. I was freaking out. It was the most
jump scare.
Yeah, no, it was a jump scare because he's right in this. He's filling up the frame with his mustache.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I was fucking pumped. So I'm excited for it just because it's gonna be a good time. I hope people are saying it's the best one of the three he's made, and people hate it still. People still say it's bad, but it's the best one. So.
Oh, damn. Maybe
as
people just don't get it.
And I mean, there's not a lot to get. They're not deep. They're not,
Yeah.
It's just Kenneth Branagh having a fun time. He's doing these because he likes it, and that's, what am I to say no to that? He's having fun.
Hey, you know what? I'll check it out. Just for the cast and it being a slightly horror-ish movie, I'll go see it.
Yeah. And we got the origin story to Hercule Poirot's mustache in the last one. It's not even. That's not a joke.
Yeah, I feel like I went into that last Voyage of the Demeter movie with the same expectations as I feel like I have now about Haunting in Venice, which is very low because just by the very bit of, I saw part of a trailer maybe in the poster and I was like, this looks mid, but I'm still excited to see it. And I was very happily surprised with Demeter. So maybe this mid-looking horror movie will be good for me.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We're getting a fun detective movie starring a guy who's just having a good time.
Fuck yeah.
He's having a good time in front of the camera and a good time behind it. So.
We love him.
More power to him. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him no. He's having a blast. He's got his cute little mustache going. It's a funny little accent that I don't know where it's from. Doesn't sound French. Doesn't sound French to me.
Fake. He's sus. Maybe it's from Venice.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna doubt it. I'm gonna doubt it.
It's definitely not Italian.
Also, the name of the movie, A Haunting in Venice, that doesn't scream that I show up to the fucking movies. That screams I'm a boring movie. A Haunting in blank should not be a name of a movie anymore.
Especially with the uptick of Haunting in Amityville movies.
Yeah.
The Amityville trend of making a movie in Amityville and saying, "Ooh, it's haunted." Ooh.
Yep.
Spooky.
A Haunting in this car dealership's parking lot.
What's that behind you?
It's a Kia Sorento. God damn. So you said you're a horror movie fan?
Yeah.
So, we were just talking about a scavenger hunt type thing.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up.
Horror. You were. Are you doing a horror one right now? Or are you planning on doing one? You said.
Depends, because the scavenger hunt. I'll explain this for the listeners at home. But right now, I'm taking part in a Letterboxd scavenger hunt. Just it's just a group of people. Just once a month, somebody gets to make a list of 30 or so odd prompts, and you have to find a movie to watch based off that prompt. So. Christ, that was weird. Okay, I just saw you flip your phone and then the fucking camera changed.
I'm back.
Okay, I mean nothing happened anyway. The fucking video flipped though. Anyway, the scavenger hunt. So it's basically 30 different prompts. I was born in Florida and watch a movie that was shot in Florida. So I watched Cape Fear. Or ask Chat GDP or Snapchat's AI feature to suggest a movie to you based off your Letterboxd top 4. So I gave it my Letterboxd top 4, and it told me to watch Paranormal Activity, and I did. It was great. I loved it.
Great. That sounds fun.
Today is 9/11, so watch a movie that features the World Trade Center. Not as watch a movie about 9/11, but just if the Twin Towers are in frame, that counts. So just any movie shot in New York before 2001.
You watch one?
Yeah, Dog Day Afternoon, the Al Pacino.
Oh, never seen it.
It's a good movie. It's fun. It's a, bank robbery, but everything goes fucking horribly wrong in a really funny way.
3 planes hit the tower. Not funny. Not an okay joke to make.
Here we go. Phone a friend and ask them to recommend a movie to you. And because I was making this at 2 a.m., it was very unreasonable for me to call anybody. So I just did Possession. So I'm watching Possession later this month.
Oh, nice.
Because you kept telling me to watch that one.
I got it on DVD if you want to borrow it. I'm sure you can just stream it somewhere, but...
I'm sure I can too.
I have a Korean DVD of the movie, but it's still in its original language. It's just in a Korean DVD box. It's weird. Got on eBay for $2.
Hell yeah. But that's the gist of the scavenger hunt. So each day I've been trying to watch a movie based off the prompt. Like today, I didn't watch a movie yet, just because my fiance's off work, so I'm just hanging out with her. I'm not gonna force her to sit down and watch a movie that somebody else told me to watch.
Yeah.
But today's pick is supposed to be Southland Tales because the prompt is watch a movie starring either The Rock, John Cena, or Dave Bautista. So I picked up a copy of Southland Tales at Barnes & Noble anyway recently, so I was like, now or never.
I've never even heard of it. Which one of them isn't it?
The Rock, it's from like 2005, I think. It's before The Rock became, The Rock.
Yeah.
The guy who directed Donnie Darko, that's his second movie, and the last one he's directed since.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, 2006. So it's got The Rock. The Rock, Sean William Scott's in it, and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Justin Timberlake. Look at that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Sounds like an alright time.
It's got a lot of mixed reactions, so a lot of defenders and a lot of haters. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a real hit or miss. But The Rock's in it, and he's got his 2006 time period haircut.
Nice.
From before he decided to be bald and a giant man.
I can smell what he's cooking.
Yeah. So I mean, if anybody in the chat, I almost said in the chat, like this is being live streamed. Any listeners at home want to get in on this scavenger hunt? If you just go to my Letterboxd, I've got it pinned on my fucking profile, or I'll still keep the list like active. And if you look up scavenger hunt on Letterboxd and find a list, you might find that there's a Discord server you can join where people talk about movies all the time.
Oh shit, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of... I'm having a fun time with it, because it's a good way for me to clear out my watch list.
Yeah, for real. I was actually just looking through your watch list. It's the first time I ever looked through it. And it is a hefty watch list, but there's quite a few things that we share in common.
I got...
our watch list.
1776. American. A real American number. But yeah, no, I got a shit
For
ton
real.
Yeah. It's just like a bunch of I got like a lot of directors I want to watch, their filmographies, a lot of movies from past years that I need to fill in, and just like stuff that's coming up and just random movies that I thought sounded interesting, and it's just added up quick. Like, I'll have a friend call me like, they're playing this movie at this time if you want to go watch it. I saw it was in your watch list, and I'll tell them like, listen, I got Hubie Halloween in my watch list, but you don't have to tell me to,
Yeah, there's definitely... I love the watch list feature. That's probably... My headphones just did a weird thing. It's one of my favorite features of Letterboxd, because that's really the reason I follow people, is to see, obviously, what they are watching, but, like, what their interests are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known. I'm not going to listen to you spout off 1,700 movies, but
but you can look, you can see that I can
look, and then when I'm randomly browsing a movie, it'll tell me, oh, this is in Mikey's freaking watch list, and I'll be like, oh shit, I should berate him and tell him that he's awful for not seeing that movie.
Like Joe Dirt, or what's another movie?
You haven't seen Joe Dirt?
I haven't, no. I almost bought it on DVD because it was at Walmart for like $5, and then my friend took it out of my hand and threw it. Like, actually threw it in the Walmart at like 1 a.m.
Nice. I wonder how that movie holds up without like nostalgia, or without watching it back in that day, You know
what? I can let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Let the people know.
Maybe we can just say fuck it to not spinning the wheel this episode, and we just watch Joe Dirt.
Just Joe Dirt, the real weirdo watch list. Oh, Joe Dirte. It's a good movie. It is a good one. I've watched it many a time.
It's a Happy Madison movie, so that depends.
I love those. Those usually are a pretty good time for me.
I know them to be... I know them to be very hit or miss, but mostly just real fucking misses.
Yeah? Oh.
I'll happily sit down and watch Happy Gilmore any fucking day of the week. That's a good one. Billy Madison, I'd sit for a rewatch, but if you tell me Grown Ups or Pixels, no way.
I haven't even seen Pixels.
Yeah, Kevin James is the president.
Fucking, that's awesome. I think Kevin James should be in every movie as the president.
As
That would be funny.
President Paul Blart Mall Cop, ready for service.
Those, see, I saw both those movies in theaters. Paul Blart's, and I don't regret it. Paul Blart, he's an American hero.
Shit. I gotta look this up again because there's one actor from, I think, Paul Blart 2. Blart. Yeah, there we go.
Blart.
Neil McDonough. Famous actor Neil McDonough. Been in a lot of movies. Any movie I see him in, I only know him as he was the bad guy in Paul Blart 2. Nothing else. Anytime he's on the screen. He's been in Band of Brothers, Minority Report. A lot of real movies, you know. Actually, not that many. But he was in Band of Brothers. That was like a huge thing for HBO back in the day.
Yeah, true.
But I just look at him and I see bad guy from Paul Blart 2.
That's badass. That's probably his best crowning achievement.
Yeah. I got a friend of the show, Vince. Whenever he sees him as Timothy Dum Dum from Captain America: The First Avenger, where he's got the mustache.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, I forgot the actual name of him. Dum Dum Dugan. Yeah.
Wait, that's for real, his name?
Timothy Dum Dum Dugan. Which is, I mean, that's a fantastic name if you're going to play a character. Play a guy named Dum Dum Dugan.
Dum Dum Dugan, yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Dum Dum.
Dum Dum Dugan. Shall we continue on to the film of the week? Film of the episode?
We should.
Yeah.
We should talk about it.
So
I saw your opinion on it, and I think I share the opinion.
Yeah, no. So last episode we after raving about both Fly movies, both classics, wonderful films, The Fly and The Fly, we spun the wheel and landed on Valley of the Gods from 2019, directed by Lech Majewski, starring something like that, starring Josh Hartnett, Parencia Marleo, John Malkovich, and one scene with John Rhys Davies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he has one scene in the movie despite being fourth billed on Letterboxd. And it's not good. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. Not a good movie.
I didn't like it either. It was also a big divisive movie on Letterboxd, I noticed. Not many reviews.
No.
But quite a few people are like, this is sick. This is deep. And I'm just like, all right. I mean, I'm glad some people can get it. I don't.
People understood it, but I could not see anything that was to be understood aside from John Malkovich is a trillionaire, which I will say I did like. I thought about it, and I did like how over the top it was, because he lives on a mansion that's got he lives in a mansion that's on top of a huge mesa in the desert. And he's got a secret elevator that goes up. He opens up a brick wall, and he goes up through like some rock elevator. Yeah, and he's like this comically rich billionaire, but he doesn't play comically rich like, you know, like somebody would parody. Yeah, like somebody would parody. You know, like somebody who has $1 trillion to their name. He's very just stone cold. Like, I just live in this big fucking mansion, and I have these dogs. And I've got an indoor tennis court with windows all around me and a big ceiling. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm rich, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's gonna build another Taj Mahal, apparently.
Something like that, but...
Why not?
And then, yeah, and the movie, like, tries to go for, like, yeah, just like this, I don't even know what the fuck it tries to go for. This Letterboxd says mysterious and idiosyncratic vision of America, which, you know, like, reading that, you know, sure, it's a lot of rich white people trying to steal Native American land for resources, but they say that in the movie, right? That's what they want to do. They say that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, we need your uranium and we're going to do a good job out of extracting it. And then, native chiefs are like, yeah, but we don't want you to do that anyway. We don't care.
Right.
You're still going to fuck up somehow. And then they don't go forward with that idea at all. It's just a lot of...
Yeah. A lot of things going on in this movie that feel like they should connect, and there was going to be like a moment of like, okay, yeah. But there was never that moment ever.
It's a lot of, a lot of things being like, shown, set up, like it looks like it's being built upon, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually pay off with anything. It's just saying capitalists, trillionaires, all these people with rich money, there they are. It doesn't say it doesn't paint John Malkovich as this inherently bad guy the way that it should, because it doesn't do anything. He just says I own the company that wants the uranium in the desert, and then that's it. That's all there is to that conversation.
Yeah. And
then he mummifies himself, which I thought was I just took as that's just crazy rich dude energy. That's just because he's crazy, he's rich. Of course he's gonna do something weird.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
And then there was the Navajo storyline that was going on. That actually,
which I like.
Yeah, that felt a little bit more, thought through. There was I feel like that was gonna be the emotional, the through line where everything would connect, but it didn't.
It just nothing did. The giant baby went and destroyed a building.
Yeah, there's the whole, I thought the whole baby thing was kind of the Navajo people being more connected to the earth, because they find that baby up on a rock. They find that baby just out there hanging out, and they take care of the baby. The baby weighs a shit ton, and it was that's the earth. The baby is the nature to the Navajo people, and they're trying to take care of it the only way that they can, because they're doing it right. They're taking care of it, but they don't give any conflict to it. They don't show John Malkovich would be I need that baby in a way that would make sense. Right. It's just a lot of we're saying stuff, but there's no conflict to really drive the point. Yeah,
nothing came together for me personally. Visually, it looks really cool. The snake train, that was cool.
That was a neat visual. That was the rich people are like snakes. Rich people drive big limousines. They're like snakes, snaking their way up.
Yeah.
Except, it's weird because they do that right after a dream sequence. So I thought, are we still in the dream sequence? But no, she gets out. She actually just gets out of the snake limousine and just goes up and talks to John Malkovich.
Right. I just feel like there was so much stuff that was not real, obviously over embellished, that snake train. I don't think any of that's real, and I don't think all of this stuff necessarily is real, but there's stuff in the movie that is happening that's real, but those two worlds never really mesh together. I don't know.
It's just all
symbolic for the sake of being symbolic, but it's not saying anything.
It feels like there's no point being driven.
Oh man, so much weird shit happened in this movie. Josh Hartnett is shirtless for some of it. That's cool.
Josh Hartnett's in it. I like that he was in it. But his character is kind of a fucking idiot. He
there wasn't much dialogue in this movie at all either.
There's what?
Not much dialogue. Not much happened. John Malkovich barely talks, obviously, because that's his character. But I don't know. All these little bits, okay, here's the dead wife and kid from this person. Here's the wife leaving Josh Hartnett. All these things are happening, and I have to keep them all compartmentalized in my head, as bits of information are coming through, and then they just don't go together ever, and I'm just left with all these pieces in my head. I don't know.
They fling the Queen's car off a cliff. That's how she died. The Queen was in the car. Rest in peace, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. Why?
They do.
I made a catapult. Cool.
It's just like this. They even like the people attending the catapulting were like, this dude's just rich.
Yep.
He's just like, what's happening? I don't know, but we gotta get the fuck out of here. All these statues in his garden, those are people. We gotta go.
Right? Are they? And they never touch on that again. They
don't. They just put them in little cages, and then like one dude's like doing pull-ups, one woman's like taking a bath or something.
Right, and they're all like obsessed with like their one like thing. Like one guy's boxing, one guy's typing, whatever. Like they're all obsessed with one thing or another, and they all want to stay in there. But again, another cool little plot point that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, is that people's just like staying, like trapped within their own hobbies, or they're like, if that's the case, why is it bad being trapped in a hobby? How about trapped in your own vices? Ooh.
Obsessions. Like, yeah, it could be saying something about obsessions, but like, again, it doesn't do anything to tell me what they're telling me. I don't know.
The big.
Am I dumb?
Maybe. But I think it's just like there was nothing. There was just like a lot to show, but you showed me a lot of nothing burgers. The big baby towards way through, and I was like, that's a thing. Towards way through town, big baby, big Mother Earth baby, probably, I think.
Yeah, guy fucked a mountain, gave birth to a baby, whatever, happens.
It happens. Happens to all of us.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't.
It's a fantastic little sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Whoa, I haven't seen that one either.
What? Oh, those are a couple good movies, man. There's a couple good, and then Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves or something like that. Oh, man.
I don't think there's any more of them.
There should be. That's the reboot we need. Honey, I Shrunk something more topical. I don't know. Honey, I Shrunk
COVID. Honey, I crashed the stock market. We're going to lose the house.
But it's science-y. There's a fun little laser that shoots at a person. And it goes...
It shoots at the stock market where all the people are yelling at stuff. This is a fucking totally unrelated, but I find it more interesting. How the fuck does the stock market in the 80s like do that, right? It's just a big room of people yelling at stuff, holding out papers, like, I just yelling. I was like, I want stock. He was like, how the fuck do you get stock doing that? There's like two people standing up on a table grabbing stuff. How did that ever work?
I don't know.
No wonder it's fucking crashed so many times, because that's a terrible system to have.
Doing that same shit. Yeah.
Well, now we have computers where I can actually like do it myself. Thankfully, I don't have to stand in a crowded room, overstimulated. bunch of. I need 4 on 7. We got Dow up to the 47 percentile. It makes.
I can say words.
Yeah, I can do that too. That these people are rich, just yelling, holding little pieces of paper.
I've seen Wolf of Wall Street at least 2 times. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing.
Oh god, I gotta rewatch that one again.
Yeah,
that's
a good one.
It's the most accessible 3-hour movie ever made, I think.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's high praise.
It's easy to sit through. It's so easy to sit through, but it's 3 hours long. But hey, it doesn't feel like it. The movie moves.
Yeah, much better than the 2-hour Valley of the Gods that did not move. It took me 2 nights to watch it. I watched the first half. Yeah. It was just one of those, like, I'm sitting at the security job and I'm like, is this a chore to get through right now?
Yeah.
A little. I thought it was going to come together, so I wasn't as disappointed as I was the second day when it fully ended, and I was like, I wasn't any farther than I was when I left off halfway through.
I wish I had done the same thing, and instead, what I did. This is I was telling you like off the recording that I watched 4 movies in one day, just back to back to back. Valley of the Gods was number 1. So immediately,
and The Nun was number 4.
Yeah, it was a weird burger. It was Valley of the Gods, followed by Good Will Hunting, which I'll say pretty good Will Hunting if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon drinking Dunkin' Donuts, talking like they were in Boston.
Love that. I could watch hours of that.
Yeah. Tromeo and Juliet was number 3.
Tromeo?
Listen. I've been telling about this movie for the past few days. Everyone has had the same reaction. Tromeo. Yeah.
Is it a trauma?
Yeah, Troma, Lloyd Kaufman. James Gunn, first screenplay, Tromeo and Juliet.
Really? Was it good?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's hilarious.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend watching. Maybe we'll spin the wheel and we'll end on Tromeo and Juliet. I'll happily rewatch it for the podcast again.
Fuck yeah.
But no, it's
sounds cool.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I already know it's on the Weirdo Watch list because it fits the bill. I think any Troma movie would fit right in. But
you know, speaking of, where do we put this on the Weirdo Watch list? Is Valley of the Gods? I say yes, but that doesn't mean it's good. Is it a weirdo movie to you?
Part of me wants to just exclude it from the list because I fucking hate it, but it is very weird. It's a weirdo movie because of a lot of things it tries to do and the abstract ways it goes about doing it. Certainly fits. Yeah. It fits right in. But again, to what you just said, it's not good though.
That's what I'm worried about, because this list is very long.
There's a lot of movies.
There's a lot of weird movies, and a lot of the weird ones suck ass.
Yeah.
Ring Zero, suck ass.
Like this is my least favorite of the ones we've talked about so far. Right? From within the list, right? We'll keep Climax up at the top, but that's not in the list. So of the list, this is the worst. This is the worst. Yeah.
This is the most skippable for sure.
Don't feel bad if you didn't watch it and didn't watch this movie and watch the podcast anyway. You didn't miss much.
You didn't miss much. We told you most of what you need to know, but there was certainly a lot of shit that's happening that I'm forgetting about. And I was reading some reviews before recording, and I was just like, oh yeah, like God, or the fucking Rhys Davies guy, whatever. I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, no, he plays a therapist in one scene, and he tells Josh Hartnett, I know you're unhappy, and you don't know what you want to do with your life, and nothing makes sense, but what you should do is do stuff that doesn't make sense. You know, take your pants for a hike, walk backwards, and then Josh Hartnett just does that. And I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose. Examples. Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose, because to you that makes sense now, because he's telling you that it doesn't. So you got to do something else, buddy. That's why you're still depressed. And what does he do? Hartnett. He burns his car in sacred Navajo grounds, and he gets punched by a native cop.
Yeah, he deserved it.
He did deserve it. He shouldn't have done that.
He brings a desk out there. Part of me thinks, especially the way this movie ends, makes me think oh, maybe he was writing all of this. None of this is really real. It's more of his interpretation while he's writing of the Navajo land and of billionaires, trillionaires, whatever, but that's a really shitty cop-out for a movie that just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to give it that.
Dude's a shitty writer if that's the case.
Leech, or whatever the fuck your name is.
I do see your review. It is the second most popular review on Letterboxd with 34 likes. Before the screening, Josh Hartnett revealed he was missing the birth of his child to be present. I hope he feels it was worth his time.
Damn. Well, there was a scene where a lady took a kidney stone out of her son and made it into a piece of jewelry or something.
Yeah, listen,
you remember that?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that, but I do remember it now. Yeah, she totally mentions that that's her kid's stone, and I'm I thought it was oh, maybe it's her birthstone, something normal. But then I remembered, oh yeah, we saw a kidney stone come out of that kid, something like that.
Yep.
And she's just got it fastened to a ring, and I'm listen, I know moms do freak shit sometimes. I've heard plenty of stories about how moms will keep foreskin, keep teeth. You know,
my mom kept teeth. My mom did that.
Yeah, I'm too scared to ask my mom what she's kept of my body, because I'm scared she might have my foreskin.
Oh God, I want mine back.
Give it back. I want to put it on. I need a turtleneck.
Getting cold.
But like, I've just heard stories of like somebody's mom who like kept like all their teeth and their siblings' teeth in one bag, and the dog's teeth, so they don't know whose teeth are whose. It's all in a bag. It's just a bag of teeth.
That's like some like Texas Chainsaw shit.
Yeah, that's insane.
Weird.
But having your son's a huge ass kidney stone on a ring is even weirder than all of that.
Yeah,
is what I'm going for.
They never brought that up again. There was no. I don't think there was a point to it.
There is no point to it.
I don't know. Maybe I need to hear somebody tell me what the point is, and then I'll tell them that point is stupid, probably. But I don't know. There was so much stuff. I'll rewatch it and then just start writing. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Like just all the things that I can't remember if they ever bring up again. I'll just keep writing them down.
I'll tell you what.
And then
don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good movie. It's just a waste
of time.
It'll
just be a list of a bunch of random scenes from this movie that never come together.
Yeah, just keep scrolling through Letterboxd reviews and see what people have to say, because
yeah,
again, people seem to have understood it or dug what it was, or dug what it was putting down.
All right.
And then a lot of people just liked it because it was like, ooh, weird stuff going on here, and then a lot of people saying that it just makes no goddamn sense, which it doesn't. Yeah. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I try my hardest. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not dumb, okay? I don't need movies to make full sense for me to experience them and enjoy them. You know, movies don't have to have that underlying, it makes sense, you know? But this one didn't do anything besides just not make sense. That's not a movie. That's not, there was like, I don't know. There was nothing here. Yeah. I'd give it a fucking 2 out of 10. Maybe 2.5.
I was a little bit more generous. I gave it like 4 out of 10. But yeah, it's still not
good stuff.
You know, like it's shot very nicely. You know, some of the green screen's kind of bad, but for a movie that has 744 people saying that they watched it, that doesn't surprise me. I'm not gonna hold a movie against it for having like bad green screen unless it looks like it has a budget. Yeah. You know, like, if it's like a Marvel movie with bad green screen, I'll dock points. But, you know, if it's just like big, lavish, you know, like Inside the Pyramid, you know, where they're mummifying John Malkovich, like, that's green screen, I can tell. Or In Front of the Big Mansion, I can tell that's green screen and not a set. That makes sense. But if it's like, you know, like The Room, and they're just doing a shot of, they're just standing on a roof in front of San Francisco, that doesn't need to be something that's green screened in a movie, and I'm gonna be pissed about it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I won't be revisiting. Let's just say that. I don't care how pretty it was. It wasn't that pretty. It was fine.
It's a Arizona desert, which is not hard to make look good because you just have to turn your camera on.
That is true.
There is one absurd thing, too, I noticed, right? Speaking of shooting in Arizona, they do a day for night scene, and I've been noticing more and more day for night shots, right? And listeners at home, day for night is when you shoot during the day, but the scene takes place at night. So in post-production, you color correct, do what you need to do to make it look like it's at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because shooting at night, especially in the Arizona desert, is expensive because you have to like get a bunch of lighting equipment, bunch of generators and shit, and everybody on set has to be paid overtime because it's overnight. They get overnight pay. So it's just fundamentally cheaper to film during the day and to just post-production it to turn it blue, like it's at night.
Yeah.
You know, one great example is Nope. All the horse stuff that happens at night during that movie was filmed during the day, and you could hardly fucking tell.
Yeah.
But bad day for night is like in House of the Dragon. There's one episode that fans hate because it takes place at night, but they shot it during the day and they just turned the whole picture black. You could hardly see a thing, and it looks horrible.
Damn.
And there's one sweeping shot of Josh Hartnett on his desk or on his car, I don't remember, freaking out, and I think it's in a dream, but it's supposed to be at night. And I'm like, this is day for night. and it looks horrible, and the camera turns, and I can see the fucking sun glaring in the camera.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like telling myself, like, I'm waiting, like, I still see the horizon. Where's the sun at? Are they going to show the sun? And they fucking do. They show the sun bright as day out, but it's at night, and I'm just like, what's even the fucking point?
Weird.
And then they shoot at night anyway, in later scenes.
Oh, man. Movie sucks. Movie sucks.
Movies are terrible. That's the end of the podcast. We're never recording again. We hate movies.
I hate them all. Yeah, movies are the worst. I'm never watching another.
But we're actually doing good for time. I thought we weren't gonna make it far talking about Valley of the Gods, because I was like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how much people want to hear about Valley of the Gods either. I don't know how much I want to speak about Valley of the Gods. Less than I already did, to be honest with you.
Hey, we made it long enough though. We're at 55 minutes, so I think we can take this time to stop talking about the movie. We gave a number to it. We said that it's weird, but we still hate it. And I think it's time to spin the wheel.
I want to spin the wheel. I want a new movie. I want to refresh. Hopefully we get a good one. But it's random. Can't. Beg your fucking shoes.
Here it is. This one. Ah, son of a bitch. The fucking... Damn it.
Oh?
Nah, it's just a production thing that I fucked up. The wheel's all out of alignment in OBS, so I gotta resize it live and in camera.
Oh, don't cut any of this shit out, people. This is the real live shit.
Listen, if anybody's wondering, I'm live recording in Streamlabs, so anything that happens is just... If anybody knows anything about Streamlabs, like Twitch streaming and stuff, that's what I'm doing right now. That's how this is being recorded. Anyway. I
love OBS, actually. That's funny. I fucked with it a lot when I was streaming. Anyway.
Time to spin the wheel.
Spin that fucking wheel,
Spin that wheel. And then we'll find out what we get to talk about. Boardinghouse. Let's see what this movie is.
Boardinghouse.
Alright, Boardinghouse. It doesn't have a year on it because I never finished editing the Weirdo Watchlist wheel like I said I was. I never got to it. I totally spelled house absolutely wrong. Boardinghouse, 1982. Resembling a cross between the Amityville Horror, remember that conversation, and a Playboy Playmates video, this film tells the terrifying tale of a cheesy video special effect that stalks bikini-clad women. That's the first sentence of the Letterboxd description.
What the fuck? Okay.
And here it is, popular lists, Weirdo Watchlist, so this is definitely the right movie.
How's the rating looking on there? Is it rated poorly?
2.8.
Right.
So it looks as mixed as Valley of the Gods. But
sounds odd as hell. Sounds weird.
It's got 2,000 people having watched it, so I can comfortably say that people seem to be leaning towards it. There's a certain cultish fan thing going on here.
It's maybe worth watching more than Valley of the Gods. Sounds like.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it, yeah.
Boardinghouse. Okay. Bet. I'm down to watch that.
Oh, yeah, it got a Blu-ray release with AGFA, so that's interesting. They do they're like a little video restoration group. Kind of sort of just like nonsense movies. But yeah, no, I'm familiar with them, so I think we're in for something that's going to happen.
Fuck yeah. It's going to get weird.
Yeah, let me just open up the IMDb for this one, too. Rated R. Christ, the trailer's got that whole like film thing going on, the whole dirty film, so we're going to watch something different.
Well, it's a video effect that is killing people? A
cheesy video special effect, that stalks bikini-clad women. In between scenes of them playfully splashing each other and wrestling with each other's bathing suit tops, they're murdered and or terrorized by horrific hallucinations. These hallucinations include seeing blood in the shower stalls while they're trying to lather up, having giant monsters jump out of the hall closet, and seeing their faces temporarily turn into rubber Halloween masks. And that description and that plot synopsis was provided by Mike Justice on IMDb. There he is. He's got a whole credit.
Mike. Shouts out. Sounds like I'm just gonna be watching a softcore porn that somebody wanted to do a bunch of practical effects on.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And I'm about that.
Listen, I mean, there's never any I mean, we watched The Fly, which is pretty hard R-rated. There's boobies in it. So it's not like, we're encouraging kids to watch it. But maybe if you're a kid watching this podcast, don't watch this movie. This sounds very inappropriate. But I'm looking at IMDb's More Like This, and there's Samurai Cop and New York Ninja right next to it.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So, I'm about it.
Yeah, we're hitting the Grindhouse section of the watch list here.
Okay. Fuck yeah. Something different. I like that.
Well, yeah, well, where is this available at? I gotta figure that out. It's you can rent it on Amazon for $4 or Vudu, whichever one, but it's free on Plex. That is the only place this is free at, it seems. Which
interesting.
Yeah, no, I almost started watching it right now by checking it out.
Okay.
So yeah, free on Plex if anybody uses Plex.tv. Otherwise, you can pay a couple bucks to watch it. So,
might do that.
Yeah, next episode, that's what we'll be talking about.
It's going to be a horny episode.
It's going to be a weird episode. I don't think, yeah, no, I'll keep I'll just watch that one by myself. I don't think I'll make anybody sit down with me and watch that one.
I'm watching it by myself, but for a different reason. Not out of shame, buddy. Not out of shame.
You're not ashamed to admit it. That you're a
not
weird
ashamed
man.
to really enjoy that movie in parking lot that I'm working in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, just a guy watching a softcore porno thing in a parking lot at 2 a.m.
Fuck yeah! I hope nobody else comes up. I swear to God, I'm supposed to be here. I swear.
I swear I'm working right now. Don't pay notice to my vape sweater that I'm wearing. I work. I'm working.
Hey, underneath I have a security shirt on. I got a little badge. I look legit underneath.
I'll believe it.
Right
I'll take your word for it, guy.
I look scary and tough.
All right, is that the podcast? Is that it?
I think that's the podcast.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Follow us at our names on Letterboxd and on Twitter. We are at Weirdo Watch Pod on Letterboxd and Twitter as well. Give those pages a follow as well. Yeah, and maybe watch Boardinghouse, but not with your parents, because that might be upsetting. But we'll see you. We'll see you next episode. Yeah. Catch you next episode, everybody. Thanks for watching. Any final words out of you?